I'm so excited to be able to talk to you exactly what Andrea said about riding the wave of life and playing big. And in particular, I'm going to get into why the United States is going to be important to you, why it's going to be important to the world, and why Forex Insiders is a product that's going to revolutionize the way people understand how money works. But before I do, I want to take you on an adventure. Because if you want to get inside the mind of who I am, and when I talk about riding the wave of life and playing big, it starts with something amazing, and it starts with this big old magnificent thing that you see behind me, and it's called the universe. It's called the universe, and I want to take you for a ride through the universe because I think that if you do, you'll understand that something significant is happening, that you're a part of something that's much bigger than you could ever imagine. Some people say that the universe is somewhere around 13 billion years old. Now, I don't know if that's correct. I wasn't around at the beginning. I wasn't down there taking notes and trying to count every single year, but I do know it's extremely, extremely old. The other thing you need to realize is inside of the universe, there's something called a galaxy. You can see it spinning behind me. It's a galaxy. Inside of the universe, we live inside of a galaxy. It spins around. You may know the name of it. It's called the Milky Way. It's called the Milky Way, right? There's this galaxy that sits there, and inside of this galaxy that we call home, there's stars that sit inside of this galaxy. Did you know that there's over 300 billion stars inside of our one galaxy called the Milky Way? There's over 300 billion stars that sit inside of our galaxy called the Milky Way. Now, human beings built this Hubble telescope and we launched it up into outer space, and it started looking through the universe to say, you know what, if there's one galaxy, could there possibly be another galaxy? And so they started counting how many galaxies are there. There's over, that they can see with their little eyeballs, there's over 2 trillion galaxies. There's over 2 trillion galaxies, and if our one galaxy has over 300 billion stars, you try to do the math to figure out how many stars are there in the universe. That's a big, big, big number. 300 billion stars, and there's one star that you see every single day. Maybe not in the Netherlands, but in other places of the world, you see this one star, and it's called the sun. It's called the sun. Did you know that the sun, when it goes up into the sky, it rises in the east and it sets in the west? It's a star. It's this big, massive ball of energy that's sitting there up in the sky for you to see. It's got so much power inside of it that every single second, this star called our sun produces the equivalent of 92 billion nuclear blasts per second. 92 billion nuclear blasts per second, which means every single second is like shh, boom, shh, boom. 92 billion nuclear blasts per second. And some of you walk outside and you put your sunglasses on and you go, man, that's bright. You're like, wow, that's really hot out here. Not in the Netherlands, but in other places in the world, you can feel like, man, it's really hot. And then on top of it, inside of the galaxy is we have our little place that we call home, and it's called Earth, right? It's called Earth. There's 7 billion crazy human beings rolling around this beautiful little blue planet that revolves around the sun. That's one of 300 billion stars that's inside of a galaxy. That's one galaxy of 2 trillion other galaxies out in the universe. Sometimes you think too small. Sometimes you think too short. Sometimes you don't know how long your life will last. Sometimes you don't realize that what you do will echo against the backdrop of all eternity. But you have to remember how big it is. You have to remember how big you are. You have to remember that you are predestined for something greater than what you're talking about right now. And if you were to look at the Earth, just to give you an idea of the size of things, right? The size of things. Now, this isn't going to be to scale, but if this was the Earth, right? And if I were to put it up next to the sun, let's say this is the sun. Did you know that you could fit 1 million Earths inside of our sun? If you were to take our Earth, multiply it by 1 million, create 1 million Earths, it would fit inside of the sun, which is just one star of 300 billion stars in a galaxy. It's crazy to think about how big something is. And then there's another star that sits inside the Milky Way, and it's called Canis Majoris, which stands for big dog. It stands for big dog. You could fit 1 million Earths inside of the sun, but you could fit 1 billion suns inside of this one star called Canis Majoris, which is just one star of 300 billion stars in one galaxy of 2 trillion other galaxies. I hope that you guys have been taking notes for the past 2 days and realizing that when you get excited, you're tapping into something that's much, much bigger than yourself. It's way bigger than what you think it is. You're way bigger than what you think you are. And then if we're gonna move down, so that's the universe, and if we're gonna take it all the way down to who you are, right? We'll take it all the way down to who you are as a human. The same phenomenon happens inside of a human being that happens inside of the universe. You have these cells in your body, of which there are trillions and trillions of cells inside of your body, right? They make your skin, they make your fingernails, they make your eyes, your nose, your heart, your lungs, everything about your body, and you have trillions of cells inside of your body. Now, if you were to look inside of a cell inside of your body, you'd realize there's something inside of there called a DNA strand. A DNA strand, and a DNA strand is comprised of 4 characters: A, C, T, and G. Right? Every single DNA strand inside of every single cell of your body is comprised of only 4 characters: A, C, T, and G in a sequence that is as long as 3 billion characters long. 3 billion characters long, which means if I were to come into your body, if I were to pluck out a cell out of your body, now obviously this isn't a cell, but if it were, and I were able to reach inside of a cell inside of your body and crack it open and pull out a DNA strand, this obviously isn't a DNA strand, but if it were, if I were to pull out a DNA strand, your DNA strand is actually this long. One DNA strand is actually 6 feet long, almost 1.8 meters. And it's wrapped inside of every single cell of your body, comprised of 4 letters A, C, T, and G, which means it's 3 billion characters long, which means if I were to read one character of your DNA strand per second, it would take me 91 years to read the story of you. I'm here to remind you that you are a living, breathing miracle, fearfully and wonderfully made, predestined for greatness. There's never been a human being that's ever walked the planet Earth that has had your exact same DNA strand. Of the 7+ billion people right now walking the Earth, not one of them has your exact same DNA strand. And yet you walk around forgetting who you are, looking at your phone all day, trying to figure out, how do I make $100 a day? How am I going to pay for a new car? How am I going to achieve anything I want in my life? You forget who you are. You forget what you're made of, and you forget what you're a part of, which means you have this battle raging inside of you every single day. You have this massive battle that rages because you forget who you are. You have a battle between your ego and your spirit. Right? Your ego is telling you, you know what? You're not part of something great. It's a small world out there. It's a tough world out there. You shouldn't chase your dreams. You shouldn't believe in those products. You shouldn't go do that thing with Success Factory. You shouldn't tell anybody about The View. You shouldn't tell anyone about Forex Insiders. You should actually believe in all the fear, all the anxiety, all the worry about everything in your life. You should probably just stay home and not do anything about your life. But when you're here and you're listening to champions come up here one after the other, and you hear the champions, something else happens inside of you. Your spirit starts to get lit up. You start to feel something you've never felt before, or you re-feel something that you felt before. You see it and you hear it, and you know that you know that you know, because that's your spirit telling you that you want to be a dream chaser. You want to be a destiny maker for you and your family. You want to go out there and do something great for you. You need to tap into that part of you that you know that you have this vision of what your life could be, of what your life ought to be, what your family's life ought to be, and everyone around you what it ought to be. That's what I love about Success Factory. That's what I love about the leaders that we have here. We've got great products, but we've got phenomenal human beings. We've got human beings that believe in learning. We have human beings that believe in leading. We have human beings that believe in influencing. And more important, what's so important to me is that we have people that are willing to be leaders that will dedicate their life to empowering other human beings. Because here's what happens. You can forget about the universe, and you can forget about how great you are, and you have this battle with your ego and your spirit, and then all of a sudden, you know what? Here's what I know. There's 3 things that all people want, right? People want all kinds of things, especially in the United States. Be your own boss. I know that everybody wants to be their own boss. Everybody has a dream of doing something that is their own. They have this idea of what entrepreneurship is. They have this idea of what a business could look like for them, right? They want to be their own boss. The other thing that I know people want to do is they actually want to do good work. They want to do good work that other people believe in. They don't want to do something that hurts people. They don't want to do something that's shady. They want to do good work. That's why I love the core values of our company, right? When we talk about integrity and innovation and contribution and leadership, and most importantly, freedom. Freedom for you and your family. People want to know that they're a part of something, that it's good work, right? They can be their own boss and it can be good work. And then number 3, everybody wants financial freedom. Everybody wants financial freedom. The problem is that most people lean more on their ego. They listen more to all the negative talk. They listen to the small talk. They're willing to give up on themselves. They give up on themselves every single hour of every single day, of every single week, of every single month, for year after year after year after year of their life, always looking back and saying, you know what? Living with regret. Living with regret. I wish I would have. I wish I would have. I wish I would have. You owe it to yourself to tap into your spirit. You owe it to yourself to chase after the dream. You owe it to yourself to become that destiny maker. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with human beings. I've had a unique privilege of traveling to over 35 countries with some of the world's best of the best in teaching people. Here's the problem. Most people do not know how to make money. Most people would like to have money. Most people would like to have a lot of money. But the problem is most people don't know how to make money. The second problem is most people don't know how to keep money. They have no clue how to keep money. So if you can't make money, and if you can't keep money, then number 3 is going to become a real problem for you, which means that most people don't know how to multiply their money. Most people don't know how to multiply their money, and something is happening inside the United States that's going to make our launch so spectacular. Sometimes the greatest businesses, the greatest people, the greatest leaders are built during tough times, especially in a direct sales business. Sometimes when things are going down is the optimal time that when someone taps into their spirit, they're able to go do something great, because most people are running for cover and they're running into the fight. Those are the people that I love to be around. Those are the people that we're starting to attract. Those are the leaders that are going to go make something happen in a big way, because in the United States, we've seen almost 8 to 15% inflation over the past year. Now, what does that mean? That means to the average American sitting at home, living in an average apartment in the United States, that their monthly rent for their apartment has just gone up by $150 a month, right? It means for the average person, for their average apartment, monthly rent just went up by $150 a month at no fault of their own. They didn't move, they didn't do anything. I have a question for you. Do you think that that apartment rent, when times get good, do you think the person that owns that building is all of a sudden going to start reducing prices? Or do you think that they're going to increase the price? It sets up a prime scenario for everybody in the United States, just like this, just because of something that happens in the economy, their need to make money just increased. Their need to make money just increased. Their ability to keep money just went down. Their need to keep money just went down. Their need to make money just went up. Just at the same time that we're coming in with a pre-launch and then ultimately a launch into the United States. If you know anything about opportunity, is that you have to know how to create your future. I'm not talking about predicting your future. I'm talking about creating your future. You make the decision to create your future. You make the decision to recognize a pattern and do something about it. You make the decision to tap into your spirit and go chase your destiny. You make a decision that say, you know what, I want to be a legacy builder for me and my family. It sets up a perfect scenario for you. So let me show you how it could work. I'm not saying that it will work like this. I'm saying that it could work like this. And I'm not saying that money moves like this, but I'm saying that it could. I just want to give you an illustrative perspective on what could happen if you wanted to learn how to make money, how to keep money, and how to multiply it. And it looks like this. We're going to do some math, so if you're not good with math, then you just need to follow along to learn how to make money. I'm going to talk about portfolio income. Now, if you don't know what portfolio income is, that's your first problem, right? Because if you want to make money, there's three types of cash flow. You can have earned income, you can have passive income, and you can have portfolio income, right? You can have earned income, passive income, or you can have portfolio income. I'm going to talk to you about portfolio income because the product that we have, Forex Insiders, is designed to show you how to have your money go make more money for you, right? It's designed to show you how to have your money go make more money for you. Now, let me show you a scenario. Let's say, what would it feel like if I could show you how to make $1 a week for the first month? $1 a week. You go, wow, that sounds awesome, Jason. You just told me about the entire universe and how big it is. You told me about how phenomenal the human body is and how awesome that is. You just told me about this great scenario and all the problems and the great opportunity. Now you're talking about $1 a week. Absolutely true. I spent years traveling the world with a guy by the name of Robert Kiyosaki who knows a lot about cash flow. And he said, Jason, I can't show you how to make $2 until I show you how to make $1. Most people want to know how to make $1 million, but they won't do what they need to do to make the first dollar. But if I can show you how to make $1, I can probably show you how to make $2. If I can show you how to make $2, I can probably show you how to make $4. If I can show you how to make $4, I can probably show you how to make 18, and then 16, and then 32. What would it feel like to be able to make $32 a week? Now, to you, you may think, wow, that doesn't seem very big. But the story I just told you about the average American, it means everything. It means everything to them. It means that they have the ability to now, that $150 of rent per month that just came onto them as a burden, as a problem to solve, we can show them how to solve it. It doesn't sound like, oh, I'm going to be able to retire from it. You're absolutely right. But you know what? It starts to do something. It starts to do something to the human spirit. It starts to waken them up to a possibility that they can maybe see something changing in their life if they're willing and able to continue doing it. But I know that most people aren't willing and able to continue doing it. I know most people aren't disciplined. I know most people aren't committed. I know most people think, wow, that's rinky-dinky little money. Well, you know what? In order to make real big-time money, you have to learn how to make rinky-dinky money first, and you got to do it consistently. And you got to love teaching other people how to do it. And you got to feel the passion of showing someone how to get out of debt and start making some money for themselves. What would it feel like? What would it feel like to live and breathe the mission of this company called Success Factory? To innovate wealth creation for humanity. Not for you. For humanity. Most people are small-minded. Most people think it's only for me. It's only for my family. I don't want to go out there and help a lot of people. I just want to do enough to get enough for myself, and then I want to call it quits. Well, you know what? That's going to echo against the backdrop of all eternity. You're doing what you're doing when you're doing it. 32. 32 can turn to 64. 64 can turn to 128. 128 can double again to 256. I think you're starting to pay attention, right? $256 a week starts to change things a little bit. 256 can go to 512, can go to 124 and to 248. Now, what would it feel like to have your portfolio income? What would it feel like to have your money making more money for you on a weekly basis? What would it feel like to have your money going to work for you every single week and bringing home $2,000 a week for you? Because $2,000 a week is $8,000 per month, is $96,000 per year. That's more than most people would ever know how to make. And that's just your money going to work for you. But you know what? You weren't willing to have $1 go to 2. You weren't willing to have 2 go to 4. The math is the same. The principle is the same. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $100 or $1,000 or $100,000 or $1 million or $10 million or $500 million. It doesn't matter. The principle is the same. The only question is, are you willing to go after it? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to lead? Are you willing to teach other people about it? Because I'm telling you, if you can learn how to do it for yourself, and then you're willing and able to go teach other people, you can 10x your income. That's what I love about Success Factory. Not only do we have a product that's designed to go make you money, but then we have an opportunity that allows you to create earned income. You can also create passive income, but if you know how to do it for yourself, I can show you how to make 10 times what your money makes for you. Right? So you can imagine if your money's making you 1, I can show you how to make $10 per week, and $20 per week, and $40 per week. I can show you how to make 80 or 160 or $320 per week. Now do I start getting your attention that you're making $320 per week and your money's making more money for you? 320 to 640 to 1280 to 2560 to 5120 to 10,240 to $20,480. If you're willing to share it with 10 people, and then next month you're willing to show it with 10 more, and then you show it to 10 more, and then you recruit a team of people. You teach that team of people how to do it. You lead that team of people how to do it. You influence them to show them how to do it. You empower them to go build leaders that know how to do it as well. Can you imagine what would happen for you and your family and everyone around you if you taught them simple little principles about money? Most people want to make it, they don't know how. Most people want to keep it, they don't know how. And most people want to multiply it, but they don't have enough. I love what we do. I love teaching people the simple things, because if I can teach you the simple things here, I can show you how to create real wealth for your family. Now, that's just earning it. That's making it. But now, if you really want to get good, the second thing I said was people don't know how to keep it. So here's the challenge with people. When they start making money, they start spending money faster. As soon as people start making money, they start spending it faster, right? But imagine, if I could teach you that as you make more money, you ought to save more money as a percent of your income. What would happen if I started showing you how to save 10% of this income right here? And then 15%. That as you make more money, you keep more money for yourself. Most people don't want to do that. And then show you how to save 20%. And then show you how to save 25% down here. Imagine you're making $20,000 per week and you're saving 25% of it. Imagine what that would do. I said most people don't know how to multiply their money. This is how you multiply it. You take this earned income, you save a higher percent of it, and you put it into portfolio income, and what it'll do over here is it'll double it. You do it on this side, it'll 2.5 times it. You do it right here, it'll be 3x. You do it down here, it'll be 3.5 times the income that you could possibly think of. But most people won't. Most people get trapped in their ego. Most people get caught in some other dream. They don't want to do the simple thing, $1 a week, $2 a week, $4 a week. But if you did it, and you did it, and you did it, and you did it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 35 years, rocking down here, imagine what would happen to the financial trajectory of your family's life forever. You would shift it just like that. And you have the opportunity to do it for millions and millions of other people. There's absolutely one way to dominate a market. This is exactly how we're going to dominate in the United States. And I have zero doubt that we're going to dominate in the United States. There's 3 ways that we're going to do it. Number one, the number one way that we're going to do it is by having a better product. A better product than everybody else that's out there in the marketplace. I love the product of Forex Insiders. For the past 2 years, since March of 2020, our product, month in and month out, has had a win rate since March of 2020 of 73%. Which means when we give a trading idea out in one of the largest markets in the world and we share it with our customers, it wins 73% of the time. Forex Insiders has provided since March of 2020 almost 600 ideas, and more than 400 of them have been winning ideas. Does it win every day? No. Does it win every week? No. Does it win every month? No. Does it win the majority of days? Yes. Does it win the majority of weeks? Yes. Does it win the majority of months? Yes. Will you do it consistently every day, every week, every month to have a shot at changing your financial future, of learning how to have your money go make more money for you? I think it's one of the best products that's designed out there. It's different than the others in the industry. We're not trying to teach you how to become a Forex trader. We're not trying to teach you how to read every chart and every graph. We're providing you an idea, a trading idea every single day. And if you were to take a look at the industry average for a win rate, anything above 50% is a good strategy. Anything over 50% is a good strategy. You've seen that we've had some ups and we've had some downs, but if you look at from December of 2020 until now, we're constantly getting better, and it's kind of getting closer and closer to being even every single month. The second thing is you need a better price. You need a better price. There are several people out there trying to offer products and services very similar to ours that are charging hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars per month. They're offering 25, 30 different apps of places to go, education to watch. We know people are busy. We know people don't want to become the expert at everything. We're trying to teach as many people as possible how to take a small little bit of their money and to have it go win for them and make more money for them every single day. We're trying to teach people not to have more than 3% of any one of your balances, that 3% at risk on any one trade at any time that it's going out there. We want to teach you how to do the simple things. It's got to be a better price than everybody else. And then number 3, the reason why we're going to absolutely dominate in the marketplace is because we have a better delivery system. We have a much better delivery system. What do I mean by a delivery system? The delivery system is our direct sales business. Our delivery system is Success Factory. Our delivery system is the human being. Our delivery system is the ones that go out there and share the information. Our delivery system is the ones that want to be a learner, to a leader, to an influencing leader, and then ultimately to an empowered leader. The delivery system of network marketing, direct sales, is one of the best delivery systems on the planet. And in the United States, more than 80% of direct sales companies want you to purchase something, have it shipped to you, and have you rub it in as some oil or some lotion, or take it out of a bottle and throw it down your throat, or take something and put it into something else and stir it up and drink it. The product is not designed for most direct sales companies. The product is not designed to make you have it go make more money for you. Our product is an educational service designed to have your money go make more money for you, which means we're going to absolutely be able to dominate the marketplace because of our delivery system. And then lastly, 2 more things, and then I'll be done because I'll just keep talking. But we got to hear from some awesome people. You heard an awesome presentation from Chris, our Chief Visionary Officer, and he talked to you about a product called The View. Now, when we launched in the United States, we're only launching with one product called Forex Insiders. But I can tell you that when that product, you saw his timeline, right? 2023. When it becomes a commercial product, we'll probably add it to the portfolio of the United States. But we'll start with Forex Insiders. And what I said earlier is you have to recognize is that the entrepreneurs know how to create something from nothing because it's already there. Entrepreneurs know how to create something from nothing because it's already there. You already saw what's there. You already saw Chris's presentation. You already saw it. But if you could make a decision to create your future, you would do something significant. Imagine, between now and in 2023 in the United States, you're able to build a team of 20,000 people. Imagine you're able to build a customer acquisition machine and have over 100,000 customers. And then imagine that a year from now, the product called The View, which you saw, all of a sudden gets dropped into the United States. Would you want to start from zero and have to play catch up with all the big boys in the United States? Or would you rather say, you know what, I better go to work right now. I better start building a team. I better start showing them how to make some money. I better start showing them how to learn. I better show them how to lead, how to influence, and how to empower. And I need to get it somewhere over here so that when another product comes, you can use this as acceleration for what you want to do. But most people won't. Most people will be too ignorant and arrogant to understand an opportunity even when it's right in front of them. How do I know that? Because most people forget that you're a living, breathing miracle every single day. Most people forget to look up into the sky and realize that you're part of something magnificent. Most people just look at their problems and all the bad things that's going on in their life. Very few people are grateful for what they do have. Very few people are grateful for the spirit that lives inside of you that's telling you to go chase your dream, that's telling you to go become that destiny maker that you're supposed to be. Here's the secret. I'm going to give you a secret. A lot of people say there is no secrets. There are some secrets. Here's the secret, is you got to have passion. You got to have 100% passion for who you are and what you do. You got to believe that there's a destiny out there waiting for you. You got to believe that there's something that you got to go chase after. You better believe that what you do does echo against the backdrop of all of eternity. You do need to realize all of those things. What would it feel like? What would it feel like for you to go chase your destiny for you and your family? What would it feel like to go win for your entire team and all of your community? What would it feel like to win for your state? What would it feel like for you to go win for your country? What would it feel like to go win for all of humanity? I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like winning. It feels like a championship. It feels like you lived your life directly on purpose. It feels like you lived it with passion. And it feels like you'd leave everything on the ground. If you're that type of person, then you're the type of people we want to build with in the United States. It would be an honor and a privilege to be able to come work with you. I love what we do at Success Factory, and I love the people that we have around us. Always ride the wave of life and always play big.